What makes underwater volcanoes blow? Robot subs are discovering what's taking place underneath. These are images, for example, of an underwater volcano off Malta in the Mediterranean Sea. This is an image by NOAA. So why are they blowing? What's going on underneath the seas? This is by Wired. In 2012, the Hydra seamount off Tasmania was the site of the largest underwater eruption of the century. Now, high-resolution mapping of the ocean floor there has revealed previously unknown behaviors of undersea volcanic eruptions. The remotely operated vehicle, Jason, which is about the size of a large car, landing on the seafloor and have a submarine volcano, which was about 900 meters below sea level. A pair of autonomous underwater vehicles helped uncover details of the biggest undersea eruption of the century. Most of us didn't even know it took place, I guess. The daring mission is helping to unlock the mysteries of a rarely seen event and shed further light on underwater volcanism. This was guided by a top volcanologist from the University of Tasmania, Australia. The vehicle plunged 650 meters below sea level, and it mapped the ocean floor to shed light on an eruption that occurred in 2002. That eruption of the Hydra seamount off the coast of New Zealand released 400 square kilometers of porous volcanic rock, some of which floated to the surface. Satellite imagery indicates that this sort of event happens about 4 times every 100 years, but this is something that we rarely spot. Now volcanologists have delved beneath the surface and answered questions that cameras above the ocean could not. They said, when we used the submersible vehicles to go down to the seafloor in 2015, we were able to see the vast array of new volcanic products, such as 14 different lava flows at depths of about 1,220 and 650 meters beneath the sea level. This is what Rebecca Carey stated. She's the lead researcher on the study, which has been published in the journal Science Advances. They were able to determine for the first time when the eruption happened and the volcanic processes that moved magma from the crust to the surface. Water pressure is so high at those depths that magma loses some of its energy during the eruption. Hydrostatic pressure of the eruption column probably suppressed most of the explosivity that would have occurred if the volcano, of course, were on land. The eruption produced lava rather than a massive jet, an eruption column that we see for land eruptions of this magnitude, such as Mount St. Helens in 1980 or Chaitin volcano in 2008. Their mapping has shown that around 80% of the volcanic rock was dispersed into the Pacific Ocean, landing on Micronesian islands, beaches, and the East Australian seaboard. Volcanic eruptions on the seafloor are not unusual. Around 80% of the Earth's volcanism occurs below the waters. Detecting them is very tricky indeed. To notice this type of eruption, you need just the right conditions that enable volcanic rock to accumulate on the sea surface in 2012. Being such a unique event, we know it had the possibility to strongly contribute to the fundamental yet outstanding questions of how submarine volcanoes work, Carey said. So this is why the researchers sent the autonomous vehicle Sentry and the remotely operated vehicle Jason to the depths of the ocean in 2015. Jason had various sampling equipment on board to collect rocks or fragmental deposits, and Sentry was key for navigating a steep and rocky ocean floor. Sentry can maneuver in all directions, whereas other AUVs, autonomous underwater vehicles, can only go in the forward direction, Carey states. And Sentry provided them with a high-resolution map of the seafloor, which revealed that underwater volcanoes are as complex as they are on land. What is really interesting is that the lava flow looks exactly like how they would if they were on land, Carey said. The discovery also opens up further research into how marine life copes with the gigantic volcanic eruption. Hydra's eruption produce a blanket of fragmented pumice and ash. That ash blanket has destroyed most of the life on the volcano, Carrie says. There were some species recolonizing the volcano after just 3 years. The biologists are very interested in what species they are and whether they are local recruits or exotic species. If you'd like to join me on my Patreon account, you will hear content not covered by mainstream media. These riveting stories will be based on my research, and I will state my opinions and give my personal insight on diverse and controversial subjects and world events not covered by mainstream media, and not supported by YouTube guidelines. So whatever I have on my Patreon, most of those will not be on my YouTube channel. Please consider becoming a member today. More of the most significant and important videos will be on my Patreon channel. Your support helps me to continue my research and keeps this YouTube channel alive. And we depend on your support, your generous charity, because we help economically challenged families here in Athens, Greece, in Kapota, and we also help the young generation with university tuition and the community around our church. Thank you.